If you are training a custom large language model using your own company data, stop until you watch this video. You can be incurring on a major privacy leakage. Hi there, I'm Kelwin Fernandes, your AI advisor, and welcome to another AI Shot. Nowadays with all of this hype of generative AI, ChatGPT, Midjourney, GPT-4, etc., I've seen like a lot of companies nowadays trying to train their own custom large language model using their internal data. And the most common use case here is creating operations manuals, standard operational procedures as a way of guiding their employees on executing certain tasks or to provide customer support. So this is the main application I have seen nowadays with these kind of tools. And the main reason for these companies to train their own custom large language model is to avoid sending sensitive information to external parties, such as OpenAI. But in my opinion, the remedy can be worse than the disease, okay? If you don't do this with the proper care, okay? If you are trying to do this kind of problem, contact us. I will leave the link below so you can book a meeting and we can share with our ideas and our expertise with you. So what is the problem here that I'm talking about? It's about data governance, okay? Which is a major issue nowadays, and it's a major risk that you could be facing nowadays. So let's say that you are just ingesting all your company knowledge base, all your data using these large language models and retraining these models internally in-house. So the problem here is that how can you ensure that the information this final model produces doesn't leak sensitive information that shouldn't be accessible to a certain person, to a certain employee? For example, if the network, if this neural network, if this large language model pass through all the company passwords, how can you make sure it won't generate a combination of characters that is in the end the password to destroy the company or the password towards certain sensitive information that person shouldn't have access to? Or how can you know you are not sharing a trade secret process from a department that shouldn't be known by a different department or by an employee that is not at the right level? How can you make sure the text it generates it's compliant with your data privacy, with your data governance principles? You can't, okay? The reality is that you cannot control the AI to produce content that complies with your data privacy policies if the model already saw this data. There is no way you can validate this with a reasonable reach that this doesn't happen. And that's a main risk you're facing nowadays. By the way, if you like this video so far, remember to like, and now I will give you our strategy to prevent this issue from happening from zero. Okay, so you make sure this won't happen in your case. First, reconsider if you actually want a custom neural network, custom large language model, if you actually need it, or if it is just more of a trust issue that you need to calibrate and think if it is a reality. Let's say that, yes, Kelvin, I need to train my custom LLM, my custom large language model, because I cannot share this kind of data with external parties. Okay, guys, I understand you, I support you, let's build that together, but let's do it in the proper way, okay? So how can you do it? You train this large language model only on the information that is accessible to the entire set of final users of your LLM. If your LLM will interact with a customer, just train the LLM with information that is accessible to your end customers. If the LLM will only share information with customer support, then what is the information that is accessible to customer support? If it is going to tackle employees, what is the information that is shared across, to all employees as a whole? Maybe you don't have enough data, but this is the only safe set that you can use for training your large language model, considering on public information such as social media posts that you share nowadays, your company website, the general onboarding procedures you have now that you can share with all your end users of this system, customers, suppliers, whoever interacts with this system. Consider the information that all of them can observe, and that's the only information you will pass to the training set. If it is not enough, I'm sorry, this is the only safe way of doing it if you want to fine-tune this model. Then what you will do is whenever you will say, Kelvin, this is super limited and I don't have enough data, I will be missing tons of valuable content that I need to pass to the LLM so people know what they have to do at their position, because otherwise I will just only be passing the basics. Okay, I have the solution for you. Whenever a user prompts the AI asking for whatever they want, you will get the context that is accessible to this user. So you check his permissions, you see, this user can observe this data, and now instead of fine-tuning or training a custom model, what you will do is looking for inside that data what is the most relevant one, and you can do that by indexing your knowledge base on any vector database and sampling the most similar cases regarding the question that this user is asking. And from that subset of content that is safe to share with this person, you will extend, you will augment, you will enhance your prompt, including this information. So you know that the LLM as a whole already talks your company language because it was fine-tuned for that language, and now you're adding the additional intelligence of what this end user can actually read, what this end user can actually have access to. So you make sure you don't compromise data privacy, you don't compromise your trade secrets that shouldn't be shared with this end user. So the end model is fine-tuned on low-risk data. The final prompt is still good enough because it has access to the relevant data that is accessible to this end user. That's the way you can play it safe. Again, if you want to implement these kind of strategies, book a call with us in the description below. I hope you like this video. Remember to like and subscribe. See you soon. Bye bye.